anticipating, analyzing, and interpreting public opinion, attitudes, and issues that might impact, for good or ill, the operations and plans of the organization. And that is something that companies, especially now, not so much when I was doing it in the early 80s, but especially now, because everything is so out there. They can't get away with anything. Not that the companies back then wanted to, but everything is so viral now that you really have to protect your brand, and you really have to protect what you say. But if it's something that happens and there's a problem, you want to be the first one to come up and say, we did something wrong and we're sorry, and this is how we're going to fix it. You don't want to wait till somebody says on social media, hey, at United Airlines, loved my flight when I had to sit on the plane for 21 hours with no toilets. No, you want to get there before that type of tweet or post is mentioned. So I represent small companies that I am their first. They can't afford in-house marketing departments. I am there. They all think I'm advertising, which is very funny. I explain on the flip side. Advertising is what you pay for. Publicity is what you pray for. So, yes. So every company should have a public relations plan, and that is my opinion. Not so they'll hire me or you, but because it gives them an extra level of a way to reach a customer without being invasive, without being hard sales, without annoying them, without saying, are you going to buy my product? It gives a nice avenue for companies to explore their relationship with their customers. What are their customers looking for? What do they need? What are they talking about on their social media channels? PR helps you define for yourself the ideal client. Who is your services going to appeal to? I spent 21 years in corporate America. My last job was at as a director of marketing for Wiss & Company, a large regional accounting firm in Livingston, New Jersey. And when I left there to start my own public relation consultancy, I didn't know what I was going to start. I looked to see what aspects of my job I liked the most, and of course it was the PR. And I had to find a way to position myself as something that would add value to a small company. And so I had to define who was my ideal client. So I said, okay, my ideal client is a small company with a good message that has funds to pay for my services, but doesn't have funds to pay for an in-house marketing department. So that is what public relation companies, firms help their clients do. And then it was easy, because I would go networking and I would meet a small business, and they would be like, I'm a small business. And I'd be like, oh, do you have marketing? No. Oh, hi, you want to chat? And that led to the growth of my organization. But unless you can define your client, you're going to be all over the place. You're not going to know what media to target. You're not going to know what associations to go to. It's very important. Okay. It also allows you, just building on that, to find customers for your clients. Where can the customers for your clients be found? Because don't forget, public relations is under that marketing umbrella with business development, advertising, marketing. You ultimately, everybody that works in a company or for themselves wants to have the company grow, have their customer be successful. This is how public relations helps people define where they should be. It helps you set goals. It helps to, everything has to be measurable. You're not going to do something for a long period of time if you don't know what the value is. And public relations and marketing and business development, they all have the same problem. They're not easily trackable. Somebody saw your ad, somebody saw a press release, somebody saw your company's CEO on a radio show, and they're not going to remember. They're just going to know that, oh, I heard of you somehow. So it's very hard to measure PR, but you have to figure out a way. You have to ask your customer, since I've started, is the phone ringing more? Since I started, have other of your affiliated client? Like your referral sources, potential referrals reached out to you. Have you gotten more customers? You know, and that's a way to show growth and value. Because testimonials are important. They're important that you get testimonials for your client companies, or if you're working for yourself, you get testimonials for yourself. Because that's another way to measure success. If there's nothing as compelling as a happy client. Social media, its value is in creating and solidifying connections and locating influences, and these are all things, especially for PR people, that are very, very important. Social media backs up the content, any content, it amplifies it, so it's another level of persuasion you get to use. And it also is now so evolved that just like you would have a marketing plan, a public relations plan, now you need a social media plan. You need it thought out. You can't just randomly, tweet here, tweet there. You need a plan. You need to be consistent. So, anybody have any questions, comments? Okay. And there are so many great tools now to use for public relations. We have a public relations toolbox. When I came up, there were press releases. That was basically it. We did a press release and a pitch letter. The pitch letter was very important back then. Other than that, we had the phone. But there wasn't there was press releases, there were pitches, and there were feature stories. But there was no blogging. There was no media list building. The way, when I was at Seagram's, one of my key responsibilities was reading the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, the Food and Beverage magazine, and writing down all the reporters' names that wrote stories that would be beneficial to Seagram's, and that's how we contacted those reporters. If you work for a corporation, you're probably going to be doing that with a group of people, because there's so many different parts to it for a large company. If you work for yourself, you have to do it for yourself, so that and each client gets a separate communications plan. You're not going to do the same thing for a client of, a solopreneur client that you're going to do for a Matrix Engineering, which has a national company that has over 300 employees. Communications audits. A lot of times prospective clients will say, well, I don't know if I need PR. Can you look at the kind of stuff I have and let me know? And you go in there and you look, and they have a brochure from like 1992, and they have an interview from some radio show from 10 years ago, and it's like, yes, you need everything updated. You need to update. You need to have a presence on social media, a LinkedIn, a Twitter. The testimonials are saying, when somebody else says something about you, it makes it so much more credible. PR provides a halo effect over all your other marketing efforts, which means it's a good way. It's goodwill. It's a strong public opinion. You want to be helping. It's a way to show your neighborhood. Like for my companies, I always have them do things. They're Little League sponsors. They do good deeds. Because it's important to give back to your community and to show that you're a good neighbor, so to speak. All in all, I have found it to be a fantastic career. I love it. I'm passionate about it, and it changes. It changes. No 2 days are the same. Some are really bad, but some are really great. So, thank you guys.